Once upon a time, in a small village nestled deep in the mountains, there lived a young man named Kenji. Kenji was known for his restless spirit and his thirst for knowledge and wisdom. He spent most of his days wandering the countryside, seeking answers to life's deepest questions. One day, as Kenji was wandering through the forest, he stumbled upon a beautiful old temple. The temple was surrounded by an air of tranquility and serenity. Intrigued, Kenji decided to enter and explore the sacred space. Inside the temple, Kenji found an old monk named Master Haruki. The monk welcomed him with a warm smile and invited him to sit down. Master Haruki was known far and wide for his wisdom and profound understanding of life. "I have been searching for answers," Kenji confessed to the monk. "I want to find peace and enlightenment. Can you guide me on this journey?" Master Haruki nodded and said, "Indeed, young one. I can offer you guidance, but the path to enlightenment is not an easy one. It requires discipline, self-reflection, and the willingness to let go of certain habits that hinder your growth." Eager to embark on this spiritual journey, Kenji asked, "Master, what are these habits that I must leave behind?" The wise monk paused for a moment and then replied, "There are 6 habits that you must release in order to find true peace and gain the respect of others. These habits are like heavy burdens that hold you back from reaching your full potential." Curious, Kenji leaned in closer, ready to absorb the wisdom of the master. "The first habit you must let go of is the habit of judgment," Master Haruki began. "When you judge others, you are only seeing them through your own limited perspective. By letting go of judgment, you free yourself from the chains of prejudice and open your heart to compassion." Kenji nodded, realizing the truth in the master's words. He knew that by releasing judgment, he would be able to see the inherent goodness in every being. "The second habit is the habit of attachment," Master Haruki continued. "Attachment leads to suffering. When you cling to things, people, or outcomes, you create a sense of lack within yourself. Letting go of attachment allows you to embrace the present moment and find contentment within yourself." Kenji reflected on his own attachments and realized how they had caused him unnecessary pain and dissatisfaction. He resolved to cultivate a sense of detachment in order to find true peace. "The third habit to release is the habit of anger," the wise monk stated. "Anger is like a fire that burns within, consuming your inner peace. When you let go of anger, you make space for forgiveness, understanding, and love." Kenji thought about the times when anger had clouded his judgment and led to regrettable actions. He understood the importance of taming his anger and replacing it with compassion and forgiveness. Master Haruki then continued, "The fourth habit is the habit of ego. The ego is a false sense of self that seeks validation and recognition from others. By transcending the ego, you find humility and authenticity, which in turn earns the respect of those around you." Kenji realized how often he had been driven by his ego, constantly seeking approval and validation. He yearned to let go of this false identity and embrace his true self. "The fifth habit to leave behind is the habit of worry," the monk proclaimed. "Worrying about the future or dwelling on the past only robs you of the present moment. By surrendering to the flow of life and trusting in the universe, you will find peace and joy in the here and now." Kenji recognized how much time and energy he had wasted worrying about things that were beyond his control. He vowed to live more mindfully and embrace the present moment fully. "The sixth and final habit is the habit of ignorance," Master Haruki concluded. "Ignorance is the root cause of suffering. By seeking knowledge, expanding your understanding, and questioning your beliefs, you open yourself up to enlightenment. Let go of ignorance, and wisdom will fill the void." Kenji felt a surge of inspiration and gratitude for the wisdom shared by the master. He knew that his journey to enlightenment would not be easy, but he was determined to leave behind these 6 habits and transform his life. With newfound determination, Kenji dedicated himself to the practice of releasing judgment, attachment, anger, ego, worry, and ignorance. Every day, he would reflect on these habits and strive to replace them with compassion, detachment, forgiveness, humility, mindfulness, and wisdom. Years passed, and Kenji became a respected figure in his village. People admired his calm demeanor, his compassionate heart, and his wise words. He had truly embodied the teachings of Master Haruki and had found the peace and respect he had sought. One day, a young wanderer came across the village and approached Kenji, eager to learn from him. The wanderer asked, "Master Kenji, how did you gain such respect and enlightenment?" Kenji smiled, his eyes filled with a profound knowing, and replied, "My friend, it all began with the realization that true respect comes from within. By leaving behind the 6 habits that hold us back, we find the peace, love, and wisdom that reside in the depths of our being. And when we embody these qualities, the world responds with respect and admiration." The wanderer thanked Kenji and continued on his own journey, carrying with him the profound teachings of the Zen master. And so, the legacy of Master Haruki and his devoted disciple Kenji continued to inspire and guide countless souls in their search for truth, enlightenment, and the respect that arises from a heart free from judgment, attachment, anger, ego, worry, and ignorance.